when history tells us Shedeur Sanders will make his first Browns start. History is on Shedeur Sanders' side to be starting games for the Cleveland Browns this season. He may only be listed as the team's fourth-string quarterback heading into the final week of the preseason, but the odds are in Shedeur Sanders' favor to start at least one of the 17 games on the Cleveland Browns' schedule for this season. Over the last 2 years, Cleveland has started a combined 7 different quarterbacks, including at least 4 in each of the 2 last campaigns. So unless the Browns trade for someone else or sign someone as a free agent this late into the game, recent history suggests Joe Flacco will eventually give way to the likes of Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and maybe even Sanders. I would have Sanders serving as Flacco's primary backup at this time, but I will let Kevin Stefanski's depth chart speak for itself heading into the NFL regular season. Here is a list of every quarterback to start at least one game for the Browns over the last 2 years. Joe Flacco, 4-1, 2023. Deshaun Watson, 5-1, 2023, 1-6, 2024. PJ Walker, 1-1, 2023. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, 1-2, 2023, 0-2, 2024. Jeff Driscoll, 0-1, 2023. Jameis Winston, 2-5, 2024. Bailey Zapp, 0-1, 2024. Over the last 2 years, nobody started more games for the Browns than Deshaun Watson, who went a combined 6-7 in 13 starts from 2023 to 24. Jameis Winston has the second most with 7 from 2024. Joe Flacco and Dorian Thompson-Robinson each had 5. PJ Walker has 2 in 2023. Bailey Zapp started 1 game last year, and Jeff Driscoll started on the year prior. What does this all mean? On average, a Browns quarterback is getting just under a tick of 5 starts before somebody else. When can we expect for Shedeur Sanders to make his first career start? Right now, I have the Browns going around 5-12 this season, regardless of who their starting quarterback is. With Flacco having re-earned Stefanski's trust again, I would expect it will be his job until at least the Browns' international game versus the Minnesota Vikings on October 5th. If the Browns are 1-4 or worse, I would venture to guess that Stefanski will feel the pressure to make a quarterback change. If we were to go down the line of succession of having each quarterback getting 4.85 starts before it is the next guy's turn, that would have Sanders starting for an already out-of-it Browns team at home versus the division rival Pittsburgh Steelers on December 28th in Week 17. He would then presumably get the regular season finale at another AFC North foe in the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 18 to end the year. Assuming Sanders climbs up the depth chart past Gabriel and even Pickett, the earliest he could conceivably be starting is in the Browns' 6th game of the season at the Steelers on October 12th. If he only eclipses one Browns quarterback on the depth chart before it is his turn, give it another 5 games before he gets the start at the Las Vegas Raiders on November 23rd. Maybe they get a win there? While all signs point to Sanders at least getting a start or 2 this season, it could be coming sooner than we expect. No, it is not going to come any earlier than the road date at the Steelers on October 12th. I expect that it will come before the Browns' second-to-last game of the season at home versus Pittsburgh. I think looking bad at home versus the Baltimore Ravens on November 16th might be the time to do it. Sanders may be well on his way to starting between 1 and 5 games for the Browns this season. History doesn't speak in headlines. It whispers in rhythms, by weeks like inhale, road trips like heartbeat, coaching scripts tapping the desk like rain. If you listen long enough, you can almost hear it, the pattern of when a city decides to turn and face the future. That's how you'll know when Shedeur Sanders makes his first Browns start, not by rumor or push alert, but by the old music returning to the building. The season will already have a shape by then. September will have done its loud work, painting hope with a roller brush and hiding the scuffs. October will have turned the paint to texture, third downs that ache, red zone calls that age a man by minutes. The Browns will have settled into something, either a steady hum or a rattle you pretend is normal, and the calendar will roll out one of those hinge weeks that history loves. Call it the window. The great debuts tend to come when a team is balanced on its toes, not falling forward or stumbling back, just poised. Owners call it opportunity. Coaches call it timing. History calls it inevitable. You'll feel it in the practice tempo first. Quarterbacks do not simply get the nod. The nod is earned on Wednesdays, under an overcast sky, when the scout team loses track of time because the ball left the kid's hand before the route broke. It's the way receivers start catching the ball a half step earlier because they understand how the arc arrives. It's quiet, which is why history likes it. The loud part comes later. The city, of course, will be late to the quiet. It always is. Cleveland learns things the same way it loves teams. Publicly, noisily, with 1,000 cousins chiming in. There will be a Monday where the lake looks like hammered silver and talk shows sound like the hum of a transformer. Some veteran will say, he's ready. Some skeptic will worry about the blitz. Everyone will agree on only this. You can't wait forever to open a door if your hand is already on the knob. That's when the schedule will help. It always does. There will be two choices. Light the fuse on the road, where the noise is honest and the boos are not personal, or at home, where belief can lift or bury you in the same quarter. History prefers the middle way. A first start that carries stakes but not scars. Not the juggernaut in prime time. Not the trap game on a 4-day turn. Something human. Something the locker room can get behind without burning the playbook. You'll recognize the coach's press conference for what it is, choreography. He will praise the room. He will thank the starter who is no longer starting. He will say, carefully, that the plan has not changed, only the timing of it. But if you watch his eyes, you'll see the small light that coaches get when a concept meets a person. When an arrow on a whiteboard grows a heartbeat. Shedeur's heartbeat, steady as a metronome, will be part of the plan now. What does history expect of him? Not miracles. Miracles are for documentaries. History asks for command. The huddle should lean in. The cadence should settle like a familiar song. A rookie's first start in Cleveland is more about sentences than exclamations. Complete the flat. Steal 4 yards with your legs when the pocket knits itself shut. Find the boundary throw that tells the coordinator you're seeing it in real time. The big play will come because big plays love confidence, but the first start is for proof, not fireworks. There will be a moment in the first quarter that makes everyone breathe. Maybe it's a backside dig thrown from a muddy base, the kind you can't teach, only trust. Maybe it's a protection check that turns a wrecking ball into a shrug. Whatever it is, half the stadium will feel an old weight move 1 inch, and inches are how this city measures destiny. Cleveland doesn't do grand unveilings. It does hard-won inches.